I love me some 22 LR. But you know, I've always wondered, is there something out there that's rimfire that's better than 22 LR? Of course 22 LR is accurate for the most part, powerful in a sense if you're small game hunting or whatever. But, you know, until a few years ago, there really wasn't a lot to compete with it besides, 22 Magnum, stuff like that. Well, then came the 17 HMR, which is the rifle I have on my back, and I have a cartridge in here. 17 HMR is basically just a 22 long round that has been shortened down and necked down to 17 caliber. They fire a really light round. They're really fast. They crank out at about 2,300 feet per second. So they're going almost twice as fast, well actually most of the time twice as fast as a standard velocity 22 LR round. But that got me wondering, is it really all what it's cracked up to be? A lot of people are hunting with them nowadays. They're a little bit more expensive than 22 for target shooting, but is it worth it? And what we're basically going to be doing today is we're going to be using two different calibers. We're going to be comparing the 22 LR to the 17 HMR. Basically what we're going to be doing is shooting a couple of different targets. We're going to be shooting some meatier stuff to simulate an animal. We're going to shoot some, do some penetration testing, and then I'm going to shoot some steel to show you guys what kind of steel, if you were to be target shooting with 17 HMR, what would be best. So we're basically just going to be doing some plinking around here. We're going to do some, it's somewhat informal. Going to have a lot of fun today. So let's get started, guys. Alright guys, so for this test, for the testing we're going to be doing today, I kind of wanted to give the 22 a fair chance as far as velocity is going. So I got the highest velocity 22 LR that I have in my collection. This is the Remington Yellow Jacket. It is a hollow point, and it's coming out of there at about 1,500 feet per second. It's a 33 grain projectile. For the first test here, I kind of want to do something meaty, you know, in case you were shooting small game with this. We're going to see if this bullet will expand and perform really well hitting something meaty. We're using dog food because everybody knows that the FBI uses dog food for standard ballistic testing. But we're just going to see if it'll pass through, if we'll get any expansion. We put a wooden block behind the dog food to see if it goes through, if we can retrieve it, because I'd like to see what happens to these bullets after they impact. You know, start off with the 22 LR, then we're going to move up to a 17 HMR 17 grain VMAX round of the 17 HMR rifle. The rifle we're shooting today is the Marlin Mall 39A, and you guys have probably seen me review this gun before, so I'm going to give it a shot. Alright, here we go, right into the dog food. Alright, let's go look at how it did. Guys, so let's take a look. It looks like it impacted right here, and it looks like it stopped. It really tried hard to get out of that dog food can, and it severely dented the other one. But we're going to cut this video real quick. I'm going to cut this bullet out of here, see how well it expanded. I'll get back to you guys. Ooh, that stuff's nasty. Good thing I didn't buy this for my dog to eat. Alright guys, so now that we dug it out of this disgusting dog food, I wouldn't even... this is cheapo dog food. Wouldn't wish it on the worst dog in the world. But anyway, we got really good expansion on that round. You can see there, that round is expanded almost twice its original diameter, and it went into that can, and it tried really, really hard to get through. Tried really hard. But what I think we're going to do now is move on to the 17 HMR and see what kind of damage that does. I feel like because these 22 rounds are a little bit heavier, they might actually penetrate more than the 17 HMR, because the 17 HMR is designed to break up on impact for shooting small game. But we'll give it a shot. Alright guys, so we're moving on to 17 HMR. This is the 17 HMR Hornady VMAX round. These are probably going to not penetrate into the can as much as the 22 did, which is my guess, because these rounds are much lighter. This is only a 17 grain projectile. It's going very fast, about 2,300 feet per second, which is twice what that 22 LR round was doing. Well, it's almost twice. These bullets also, they're made to expand and break apart. Well, a lot of times they're technically supposed to expand, but in reality they break apart a lot because about 25% of that bullet is just the polymer ballistic tip. So it's likely that it's going to hit all that medium, the dog food, and break apart. But we're going to see. I think that this round is actually would probably be a really good small game round, but we'll see. See if it lives up to its expectations. We actually had to run back to the store and get another battery for our red dot here because I accidentally left it on. But it happens. So let's get to it. Here we go. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh, that's disgusting. Let's look at that. That was pretty disgusting. Ooh. Yeah, it looks like that bullet broke apart pretty nice. Where'd we enter at? Ooh. Not really sure. But boy, that really, really did a number on that bullet. We're going to dig that bullet out, pieces of it, and see what we get. Alright guys, so that was really disgusting. We impacted our can here, a little bit high. But what it did is, that dog food is in chunks, and it totally pulverized it in there. And the bullet actually stopped. It had a lot of pressure here. And you can see where it pushed because of that pressure, and it dented that can. But the thing is, that bullet did exactly what I predicted. It broke apart. That is all that is left of it. It started life at that size, and what I could find out and dig out was that big. But that is pretty neat that it expands out and blows apart like that in all of that medium. But I think now we're going to go on. We're going to shoot some sodas. I think I'll see how far that it can penetrate inside of something, a little bit, maybe a little bit harder to penetrate because soda, that's it's like water. It's incompressible. So we'll see how many each of these can penetrate those. Don't buy your soda at the Dollar General. Alright guys, so now we're going to shoot that 22 hollow point yellow jacket at it, number 22 rifle. I feel like hitting these soda cans, it might actually have less of a chance than going through than the dog food because stuff like water, soda, stuff like that is incompressible. I feel like this is going to really test the integrity of these rounds, see if they'll hold their weight together. That's basically what I'm trying to do here because I know that if the 22 round breaks apart in that fluid, then I know the 17 will because it's so much faster, so much lighter. Let's give it a shot. Oh! Alright, let's see how many it went through. Alright guys, so that was really cool. We got a good blast on that target here, good impact. Looks like we hit all of our targets, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Looks like it penetrated through all of them. That 22 LR round, it's heavy. I feel like it'll penetrate more, but it looks like the bullet broke apart. Not much weight retention. There's pieces back in here. Looks like that's all we're probably going to find right here. Just the little pieces. Lay that over there with the rest. But that's kind of to be expected because those cans, plus you got the aluminum, they're a little bit more dense. So try the 17 HMR, see if it'll penetrate through all 4. My guess is it'll go through 2. Maybe pierce the 3rd. We'll see. Alright guys, so we're going to put our 17 HMR VMAX on those sodas. I feel like this probably won't penetrate through all 4 because it's designed to break up shortly after impact, and because the fluid in those cans is denser, I don't think it's going to penetrate near as far. But we're going to give it a shot. These rounds are made to expand very quickly, and if this expands, I feel that if this expands in the first 1 or 2 cans, it will be a success probably. Okay. Wow, it did a number on them. Alright, let's take a look. Wow. So we're going to look at these. Looks like it went through 2 of them and stopped in the 3rd. Take a look here. Try not to cut myself. Yep, that bullet, I'll lay it right there. That bullet retained a lot more weight, it looks like, than the other ones before it. You can see, it's compared to the 22 round, it's a lot smaller in weight because it's only a 17 grain bullet, but it stopped a lot sooner than the 22 LR round. And That's really is what these are designed to do. If you're taking small game, these really are designed to hit your animal like a rabbit or whatever and expand and stop in its body, which stops overpenetration. You want all that energy to expand on your target at one time. Alright guys, so we're going to move on to the steel. Alright guys, so now we're going to shoot at some steel with these. You know, a lot of people plink with the 22. I'm just wondering if the 17 HMR would be good for plinking. But first we're going to start with our 22 high velocity rounds. We're shooting a mild steel plate. This is not AR-500. This is the far left one, hanging. So we're going to go for it here. Here we go. Alright. Now we're going to move on to the 17 HMR. Really thumps it. Alright guys, so we're going to look at our steel here. You can see our two impacts here. This is mild steel, good for shooting with 22, 9mm, anything 9mm, anything under supersonic. But that 22 round hit here, and there's no denting at all, nothing. This is just mild steel. You can see, and also all around it where I've shot it previously, that 17 really dug in there. So unless you have some targets that you don't feel like messing with, also it's pretty dangerous shooting mild steel anyway. That's why we were so far back, because mild steel with a supersonic round can ricochet a little bit. It's splattering of the target, but that just shows. And also 17 HMR is pretty expensive. It's about as expensive as 9mm ammunition, about $15 per box. So if you guys are concerned about plinking, it is a little bit more expensive. But as far as the performance of it goes, if I were to be a hunter, personally, if you want to dump all that energy at once onto one target, I feel like the 17 HMR would do a lot better, because it hits and it expands a lot faster. I think we showed that in our different mediums that we used, the dog food and the soda. This video was by no means scientific. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys learned something. I think the 17 HMR and the 22 LR, they're both really good, but for their own purpose. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the 17 HMR for small game, hunting, stuff where you want to be more humane, probably better. Because that 22 round can go through, if you're concerned about it going through, going over a hill, going into something. You know, I feel like the 17 HMR would be a very good round. It's more humane. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to comment down in the comments below which round you would prefer for hunting and which load you would prefer. As always, guys, I really appreciate you guys watching. Keep those subs coming, and we'll talk to you guys soon.